My name is Vanessa Ramirez, and today I would like to talk to you about a very touchy subject, which is the immigration controversy that's going on, not only here in the state of Georgia, but various different states around our country. Just think about it for a minute. What do these immigrants want to do here? What do we need them for? If you think about it, as I have, I know I personally do not want to do the jobs that these immigrants are doing, and I doubt that any of you would want to be doing that job either. To be working 12, 14-hour shifts outside in the hot, blistering sun for less than minimum wage, not getting paid time and a half for your time worked over your 40 hours, no benefits, nothing like that. That doesn't sound like the job that I want, and I imagine that most Americans would not want that either. So that's why I pledge this, that we unite together and tell our government here in Georgia that we don't want this immigration law passed the way it was in Arizona. There's a need for immigrants to do these jobs that Americans don't want to do. Why do we need them to do it? If we don't, who's going to do them? What's going to happen to all the crops that are out in these fields? What's going to happen to all these farmers that depend on these crops to be sold so that they can provide in terms of their family? As Dallas Duncan of the Gainesville Times puts it, potential solutions that have been offered for some farm laborers included having criminals in prison being put out there to work and do the jobs that these immigrants were doing. I don't know about you, but it doesn't seem very safe to me to have criminals out there taking our stuff so that we can have it harvested, have it produced for us. You don't know if you can trust these criminals. They might be there for rape. They might be there because they were arrested for robbing. We don't know, and we can't trust that they're actually going to stay there and work. They might run off. They'll be back out in our neighborhood. So apart from us not having anybody to harvest our crops for our farmers locally, we're also going to have a crime rate that'll possibly go up. These immigrants are willing to do the jobs that us Americans don't want to do, even though it pays way less. For them, it still pays a whole lot more than it would in their country. I think Adam Osmike of the popular newspaper The Atlantic puts it best. I'm going to read a quote from him. He says that if you're not willing to let illegal immigrants do the jobs that they are currently being hired to do, then farmers will have to raise wages to replace them. Thanks to the resulting labor shortage, Georgia farmers have already been forced to leave millions of dollars worth of blueberries, onions, melons, and other crops unharvested and rotting in the fields. And that's just the beginning of it. This law hasn't even been passed, and we're already experiencing this with immigrants fleeing just because of the very thought that we might implement this law. Farmers and plant owners will be able to continue providing food here in Georgia if we don't pass this law. And that is why it's so important that we all unite together and tell our government we don't want this law here in Georgia. We need to unite together. That's the only way it's going to happen. So let's work together and keep this law out of Georgia. Thank you.